Okay, you guys, this is part 2 of the video and people's reaction to the shooting that went down on Thursday. Rest in peace to the 2 men that were unalived.
Another day, another school shooting, y'all. At this point, I'm not even surprised anymore, y'all. It's like I done said it so many times that it's like it's becoming normal. I am hearing at least 5 people are gone. So this shooting happened in Florida State University, y'all. Feds said they got one person, one shooter in custody. But I'm hearing it was 2 of them, y'all. One on both sides of the entrances. So they could stop people from leaving. They said that this was a coordinated attack. They had everything planned out, as you can see over my head. Listen to what this boy said.
There was only the one that was in here, but what I've heard is that they had one at each entrance. So I think that like this was the guy on this side, and then there was probably one on that side and one on that side.
Damn.
So nobody was gonna get out, essentially.
Yeah, they had it planned. I mean, it seems like a coordinated thing.
It's still an ongoing investigation. This happened just after noon. It's always one of 2 things in the situation. Maybe they're mentally put in the head, or they were getting bullied. And either one don't give you an excuse. I give my condolences to everyone who was affected by this incident that just happened in Florida State.
Details are emerging about the political affiliation of the Florida State University mass shooter. So people describe him as a, quote, right-wing fascist. Someone that was part of the same political discourse group that he was part of described him as such. This political discourse group, just to give you all a little bit of background, it's where people go when they have debates, and their only rule is do not be a Nazi. And the shooter broke that rule. People described him as somebody that espoused right-wing views, people that supported Trump's agenda, somebody that was active in the TP, which is Turning Point University chapter at Tallahassee Community College. I mean, this is what people are saying that know him. Why am I coming on here and talking about the political affiliation of a mass shooter? Well, people are spreading information, misinformation online that he was a leftist or a lunatic liberal because he was quoted at an anti-Trump rally. When the reality is that rally that was hosted by Students for a Democratic Society, that student was there to make fun of those anti-Trump students. If you read the actual quote, he's being sarcastic. He's saying that he's using them as entertainment, so on and so forth. Now, when he attended this political discourse club every single Thursday, apparently his views were so reactionary, so fascist, and this is people that know him describing him, that he was asked not to return to a club whose only rule is do not be a Nazi. So it is really important when you see information online to fact check it before you go and espouse these things, because no, he was not a liberal, okay? And I know you're probably wondering, why are so many of these mass shooters white supremacists? Why do they espouse so many white supremacist views? It is a very isolating and multinational ideology. When you're constantly living under the delusion that somebody's existence is the reason why you're doing so poorly in life, it's going to eventually make you feel isolated. You're going to get angry, and then you're going to take that anger out on people indiscriminately, okay? So please do not spread misinformation about the shooter. When the victims' names come out, we know more about the 2 people that are dead and the 5 people that are still in the hospital. I will give you guys more information as it becomes available.
Funny how y'all don't see his name plastered all over the place. And this boy definitely, not even boy, this grown ass man had a plan to do what he did. He was kicked out of his political group because he was making quotes such as America is ruined with its multiculturalism. And he actually was so close with the police department that he had family members in it. I believe maybe his mother, because there's a Jessica Eichner, and his name is Phoenix Eichner, that worked there, who's refusing to comment. So he has police training with pew-pews. So he went to hurt people because he was literally just outrightly racist. People that are at college to do better with their lives, are trying to seek better. And this is Florida, so I'm not shocked. But I need y'all plastering his name all over how y'all talking about, and there was no, and you can't even say he was scared. He was fearing for his life. Oh, they should have just fought. He didn't want to do that. He just wanted to hurt somebody. That's it. That's all. This is the sign of a psychopathic. Look at it. Look at his evil smile. Look at what he was posting on Instagram. He was planning to hurt people for no reason, just purely for hate. And you got that girl posting her Starbucks cup right by a dead body, knowing that this man is outrightly racist. So it had to be a person of color, most likely laying on the ground. That's just what I'm guessing, because a bullet don't got a name on it and it could have hit anybody. But y'all is really, really foul down there. And I want to see everybody say this man deserved life, and y'all want him behind bars, and y'all hope his manhood get taken, and all the stuff y'all said about Carmelo.
And to the student that thought it was cute or funny to call yourself and record one of the victims that was hit, calling yourself trying to show off your Starbucks cup, baby, oh, you wrong for that. You wrong for that. You know there's a manhunt for you right now on the internet. They offering money for you, baby.
Oh, holy crap. This is big. All right, regarding the FSU shooting, they identified the suspect who was arrested in connection with what happened, and it was a 20-year-old kid by the name of Phoenix Eichner. Now, Phoenix is the son of a local sheriff's deputy. The firearms used in this shooting were police weapons that he took from, I guess, his dad and used to do this horrific event, which, by the way, now 2 people have died. These were government-issued firearms, not firearms that were owned by Phoenix, but owned by the police department and used by his father. And clearly, they were not locked up safe enough to keep this kid away from them, to doing the horrific act that he committed. Now, more information is starting to come out about this, but I think this is the first time I have ever heard of police weapons being used in a mass event like this. Now, as always, make sure to hit that follow button so you stay up to date on all of these updates, and drop your thoughts about this latest development in the comments.
The FSU shooter who killed 2 and injured several on Thursday has been identified as Phoenix Eichner, a 20-year-old son of Leon County Sheriff's Deputy Jessica Eichner. He was practically raised in the sheriff's office, a top member of their youth advisory council, absorbing weapons training like it was second nature. He had easy access to his mom's gun. No surprise given his background. But here's where it gets wild. Phoenix was out yelling at anti-Israel and anti-Trump protests, stirring up chaos, then posting a Jeremiah 51:20 quote on Instagram, calling himself God's war club to shatter nations and destroy kingdoms. That's not a caption. It's a warning sign. This Lincoln High grad wasn't just troubled. He was a walking disaster, born from a sheriff's bloodline with a vendetta ready to explode.
I just want to clear some things up about the shooting at FSU today, because I get notifications about anything that moves in the city. But here's where people were confused. At noon, 12 o'clock to about 8 o'clock tonight, TPD, Tallahassee Police Department, were supposed to be doing training exercises. They told us yesterday you're going to hear explosions, you're going to hear gunshots, sirens. You might see people running around with guns. 12:01 today was the first time we received a report of an active shooter on the FSU campus. People were confused, and a lot of people were like, oh, there's no shooter. You're just probably hearing that because they did it very close to FAMU and FSU, which I don't know why they would do something like that. The shooter most likely used that to delay FSU systems because, I'm pretty sure TPD told FSU, hey, there's no active shooter. There's no shots nearby. It's going to be us. I am so thankful that FSU decided and immediately sent out reports of an active shooter because it was close by. That saved lives. I hope and I pray you guys are okay. There's speculations of there being more than one shooter. So far, we only have 4 people injured, and I hope it stops there. And I hope those 4 can get better and get rid of those injuries and just heal up and will not succumb to them. So there's more to be talked about in this situation, but just there's so many things that could have been prevented and changed around. But it's not time to criticize and look at that. Right now, it's the safety of all people. That's what we're looking into. And I'm hoping everybody remains safe. And my goodness, my prayers for you.